Hello, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. This is about the Saber Team, or what many cadets consider a Saber Team. So these are Army JROTC cadets. They are forming what's called a cordon for an honor cordon for individuals to walk through. Now, even though many cadets will call this whether they have the Academy sword or they have an Army officer saber, or frankly, even the Marine Corps NCO saber, or sword, sorry, they'll call these teams Saber Teams. They're not Saber Teams. So this is an honor cordon. A Saber Team is going to be an exhibition drill team that is armed with sabers or swords. So we need to make sure that our definitions are the same, so that we can really speak the same language. When we get into something like this, what I'm going to talk about for the cordon doesn't necessarily apply to a Saber Team. A Saber Team then is they can do pretty much anything as far as exhibition drill is concerned. So this is a saber frog, and it's worn at the side. Now you have yours at kind of in front of the shoulder there, at the front of the front of the hip bone, and it shouldn't be. It should be at the side. None of you should be holding the let me get this hooked up here. None of you should be holding the scabbard, but I understand why you do it because these can be a kind of a drag with the scabbard smacking into you as you're walking or marching, but you just have to deal with it. We don't hold the scabbard. Other countries do, but Americans don't. So this is a properly rigged saber. This is going to fit right here on my belt, and notice that the handle is pointing back, and that the arch of the saber is pointing forward. This is how it's properly worn. When you're going to draw, you're going to grasp the scabbard and twist to the front, and then draw, and then when you're finished, you let it go and you come to attention by cupping your hand at the side. So what you're doing here, though, now look how this is rigged. So the chain, the clasp at the end of the chain is on the bottom ring. Here, where the hook is, there. I'm hoping you can see this. Where the hook is, that's where the top ring rests. Okay. So you want this to hang just like this. Not, I don't know. It doesn't look like you have these properly rigged. I'm not exactly sure what I'm seeing. It looks much lower. The scabbard looks, the mouth of the scabbard here looks much it looks pretty much like this. So it looks as though you don't even have the top ring on the hook, which is where it should be. Okay, so enough of that. You draw, and then you go to the arch, and for your arch, this is a replica. It's not a I couldn't cut myself on it, although it has a little bit of an edge on it. But this is called either the sharp edge, or the Marine Corps calls it the true edge. So the true edge needs to point up when you're going to the arch. So you're going to form arch. You're going to come out, and as you come out, you're going to turn I'll show you, like this. You're going to turn the knuckle bow so that it's behind your hand, and then the true edge actually points upward. And then, as you can see, the curve of the blade is pointed not toward your VIPs, but toward the other sword there. So this is an incorrect application if you have the knuckle bow here pointed down, or even to the side. Really, it needs to be turned all the way over. So to get I don't have this handy, the saber that let's enlarge that. There we go. I don't have my saber images handy, but I do have my Academy sword handy. So when you come out, you're going to have the sword as an extension of the arm. So and if you're close together, like really you were, let's move there. You're relatively close together. You're doing well by angling your arm upwards. Okay, what you don't want is for, and I'll use the scabbard here. You don't want this. You don't want the crossed swords or sabers. That's just that's stuff of legend, and only for images. You know, the crossed swords or sabers on the collar brass or something like that, or on a patch. That's what that's for. In reality, we can't cross them because nobody can fit under it. So the closer you are, the more angle you're going to have. But then you're still going to have about a 45-degree angle if you have that safety zone there for two people side by side, like these two women are coming through. They have enough. It looks like they have enough room there, and you're doing fine. So for this, I wouldn't even wear the belt or the scabbard. I just go out with the sword and then draw. Well, you don't even have to draw. It's just form arch, and then you come up and then order arch, and you're down. So the technique isn't explained in the training circular, and it is, and not even in the Air Force pamphlet. It is explained for the Marine Corps. And it's a nice explanation. I'm not thrilled with the commands used because it's just the same as the normal sword commands. But the we're going to go to, let's go out from that one. And I wanted to get to your other one, so let me go down here. But the oh, there we go. But the Marine Corps' explanation is really quite good. The only reason I know about draw, or not draw, but form arch, is because of my Air Force Honor Guard experience. So here, then, you're not wearing the belts. It's a more formal occasion. I get it. That's good. It's inside, and this is usually where the sword cordon, the sword Honor Cordon is. But don't carry your scabbards. It looks kind of silly. There's no need for the scabbards at all. Honestly, it's not a normal situation to have the Honor Cordon. So it's a little bit different. Now, obviously, for the Marine Corps, they're going to be in not only full uniform, but they'll wear their sword as well, with the belt and all that stuff, and they'll draw. And I'm not going to poo-poo that at all. If you want to be in that full uniform, but you can see by the hand or the arm extension that you raise the blouse a little bit. So there's no need to to carry the scabbard if you're not going to be belted there with a belt that's outside of the blouse, not the uniform belt. And then with raising the arm so much, and I get this is a little bit closer, so you would raise, but you can see how the arm comes out, and then the sword, or here the saber, kind of angles at a different, it comes off at a different angle. So you definitely want a continuous a continuous line there, and here they're totally different, so you don't want that. Definitely don't want that. But with angling the arm up so much, then you pull the material, your blouse material, out of the belt if it's tight enough. Here back at this photo, the belts really aren't all that tight, and so they're kind of riding up with the blouse, and it could be that the uniform wasn't, the material wasn't even pulled out. So anyway, so that's 11 minutes of me talking about this. I hope that was enough. I hope my comments have been helpful, and I'll get to the rest of the request in a separate video. But I wanted to hit this specifically because it's about swords and sabers and the Honor Cordon and the differences in terminology. So thank you very much for sending it in. I appreciate it, Austin. Awesome job. You're doing a great job, by the way.